Hi everyone, Leah here from EurekaCrystalBeads.com with another fun beading video for you. Before I get started, take a quick look at our channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll always know when we're posting new content. Today's project is a really great pair of earrings, and what I'm really excited to show off for you are these black oxide finished findings, which I think pair beautifully with the colors I picked here, and I'm going to explain why in just a minute. So let's go over what we have here. I have a 6mm and 4mm pearl, and this is in Scarabæus green. And I don't know if I'll ever quite be able to capture a picture or a video that truly captures how beautiful this color is. And I'll explain why in just a second that I decided to pair this particular color with these darker findings. Next, I have a couple of 4mm bicones in ever popular Jet 2x AB, which flashes just such a fun bluey green, which I think picks out beautifully with that Scarabæus green. And I have some 2-inch head pins and some ear wires that are in these beautiful black oxide finish findings, which I think are so beautiful. I think a really cool look to any bead is when you add in a metal that has a finish to it, like these oxidized metals here. So we also have oxidized brass, we have oxidized copper, and I think it's a really great way to add a fresh spin on something. It's a spin that you can make look sort of vintage or antique or even actually very modern. A lot of artisan jewelry you see nowadays being made by metalsmiths has oxidation on the silver, and it looks beautiful. You can really let these colors pop out. But let me talk to you why I picked the Scarabæus green pearl here to go with this. So the colors in here are very deep, very intense, but a bit dark. But when you see them, they just have this beautiful iridescence, and there's this intense green with this blue and this purple in there, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I think pairing a color like that tends to be very deep and dark, but still sort of vibrant, with this oxidized metal really helps these to pop, really helps them to show off. Now, would these look beautiful with bright gold or bright silver? Absolutely. But I think sometimes the bright gold or bright silver might be what stands out depending on the design. But pairing it with this beautiful oxidized black metal really lets the beautiful subtle colors in this pearl stand out, which is what I really love. Okay, so this design is going to be sort of a classic big to small. So we have our largest bead on the bottom, which is our 6mm pearl here. Oops, if I can get my head pin in there. Then we're going to break it up with that crystal, and then with that pearl right on the very top. Now you could change this up a bunch of different ways. You could add different spacers here. You could even alternate adding more crystals and more pearls if you wanted something a little longer. But I think this is really a nice classic look. This is also a great look for a bridesmaid. If you get commissioned to make jewelry for bridal parties, this is a beautiful, classic, clean look. And it's something that can be economical to sell to a bride who has to buy a whole bunch of pairs perhaps for her bridesmaids. So I always try to think of these little pluses and these little tips to offer to you all about the different designs, just so you can see beyond the basic of what it is. You can see all of its uses and potential. So we're going to wrap a little loop on top. Now, we have a lot of videos on our website that are very in-depth on how to wrap loops, so I'm going to go a little bit faster here, but if you need something that's a bit more slowed down and granular, definitely check out our channel. But I'll still go through it step by step here as well. And I have plenty of wire to work with here to do this, and my wire is a bit thinner. This is a 24 gauge head pin, so there's going to be plenty of wire to use here to do this. Now, the tools I'm going to be using are my 3 basic wire working tools. We have our wire cutter. We have our chain nose pliers, which are flat inside and they taper to a point. And we have our round nose pliers, which are like 2 little ice cream cones. That's how I like to describe them. This is what we'll use to make all of our round shapes. When we're doing anything else besides round shapes, we will be using our chain nose pliers to do any grabbing or gripping. So we're going to start by grabbing the wire right above that top bead, and with the tip of the pliers, and we're going to bend a 90-degree angle, just like that. Now we're going to start to make a loop. So we're going to switch to our round nose pliers. You're going to grab that loop right at the corner. And we're going to take this tail and start to wrap it up and over the pliers. Now, before we keep going, I have to shift my pliers forward out of the way, so that way I can cross past the beads here. And I'm going to end just like I started, with that same 90-degree angle, only I have a little loop up in the corner. Now we're going to go back to our chain nose because we've made our round shape, so we're done with our round pliers. And we're going to grab that loop flat in between the jaws of the pliers there. And you'll notice that I have my pliers and my tail both pointing in the same direction, which I find to be most comfortable facing away from me. And then we have our beads out to the side. To my left, though you might find it easier to have it to the other side if you tend to hold your gripping pliers in your other hand. And now we're going to take our tail here, and keeping that 90-degree angle, we're going to start to make some loops one after the other, sitting nicely next to each other. We're going to shoot for about 3. That's about the amount of room I left space for. And look at that. We have this beautiful little wrapped loop at the top of our earring. What's great about wrapped loops is that you're never going to have to worry about them coming open, and they add a lovely finished, polished look to any pair of earrings. So we're going to now snip this little tail off. And we're going to use our chain nose to tuck in that little bit that's always left behind. You can see it sticking up right there. There's only so close your cutters are going to be able to get you. And it's important that we snip that, or that we tuck this little part in, because we don't want it to scratch anyone or get caught on a hair or a scarf. So that is what we have. Just like that. So now we're going to go to our ear wire. And this particular style of ear wire has the opening right here on the back side. You're going to grab near that opening. You're going to swivel the earring open, just like that. And we're going to stick our little earring on there and swivel it back shut using our chain nose pliers. I think sometimes a mistake that I see a lot of people make is they go and they try to do this part with their round nose pliers. And the problem there is, number one, you don't have a flat edge inside here, so you're never really going to get a good grip on anything. And also, because there's no flat edge, that means there is a highmost point on these jaws, which means you're going to leave a dent in anything that you grab too hard. So it really is important to remember when to use each tool. Beautiful little earring. Again, I really love this oxidized metal. It's really helping those deep, intense colors in that scarabaeus pearl to really pop right out. I actually really love this as well for, I just think, wintry, fall and winter. I love oxidized metals especially, but anytime you want to wear, any time of the year, you want to wear an earring that's going to really help the colors that you've added to the earring to pop, consider those oxidized metals. So let's whip out this second one here. I'm going to go a bit faster. Going to get our pearls on and our crystals. We're going to grab our little wire right above our bead, make that 90-degree bend. We're going to grab to make our loop. Now, if you find that you have a hard time getting your loops to all be the same size, you can take a little Sharpie, do a little line on there, and then bring your wire always to that line, and your loops will always come out the same size. And what I like about the Sharpie is you can always take it off later. I've gotten pretty good at kind of eyeballing my loops, so that just comes with time. All right, so now we're going to grab that loop with our chain nose pliers. We're going to start to wrap. Hold it nice and tight so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, we're going to snip that little bit that's left behind. And super important, the devil is in the details. Don't skip the step of tucking that little tail right in. Sometimes it wants to flip around on you. It's all right. Okay. We're going to go to that other half of our ear wire set here. Okay, and there we go. Beautiful little set of earrings. Again, showing off those awesome oxidized metal findings. Check us out on EurekaCrystalBeads.com. We have a lovely selection, head pins, eye pins, ear wires, lobster claws, all sorts of things, so you can really coordinate beautifully. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to visit us on over at EurekaCrystalBeads.com for everything I used in this video, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.